Hello, you're watching Records Rebuilds, and we are working on the 2015 Corvette. So we're really getting to the fun part of this build now. The epoxy is done, the welding is done, all the things that you can mess up, make mistakes, have to go back, have to do over again, all that stuff is done. So now it's really just a lot like a set of Legos. We just grab parts and stick them on. So that's what we'll be doing tonight. Trying to get this car ready for paint. If you take a look here, just sort of right on the edge of the door right here, there's a white chip, and there's a matching one on the opposite side. So the car's going down to the paint shop on the back of a trailer, and I want to get the radiator hooked up so that I can start the car, move it under its own power, and not have to worry about overheating it. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is get this air box in here. Okay, so probably 100 different ways to do this, but the way I've chosen is I jack the car up under the door back there so that I can get, hope you can see that, so I can take my fan shroud or duct work in front of the radiator and go up from underneath like that. So the key to making this work is to get the bottom side here to fit. So it's really harder to do than you would think. And there we go. It's in. And then we've got our 3 main bolts here that hold this shroud in place. So before we trash the old radiator, we've got to collect these rubber feet off the bottom of it. Okay, so it's time to put in our radiator now, but first just a little bit about the radiators themselves. And the one in front here, this one, that's the new radiator, and it's for the 2019 Z06 cars. So you can see that it's just got one more row of coils in there, it looks like. So it's thicker, more opportunity for heat exchange. The C7 Corvettes were famous for not having quite enough radiator, and I've heard that this really makes a difference. I'm going to be taking away some of the engine cooling because I'm doing away with the accessory oil cooler because our transmission cooler is going to go in that spot now. So yeah, that's what's going on there. And this new radiator is really not much more expensive than the regular part, so might as well buy it. So our condenser's pretty beat up here. I'm not yet ready to replace the condenser because I don't have the machine to do that. So we're trying to just gently place the radiator in here. So now we're going to take a look at the radiator hoses that need to be reattached in the front of the car. This is the line that comes from the oil cooler on the engine, and it's going to snake up underneath the sway bar there. And if we go over this way, we'll see it attaches to this connector here that goes into the radiator. This is going to have some play in it right here. Don't worry about that. There's a rubber O-ring under there, and it doesn't need to be tight. It's going to work perfectly the way that it is. We're going to reattach this hose here, reattach this hose here, reattach this return valve here. I guess it's not a valve, just a return hose. So then we put water in the car, fired it up, unloaded it on the trailer. It'll be going to the paint shop where the fenders, front bumper, and those little chips on the leading edge of the door will be painted. When it comes back, we'll be fixing the bumper reinforcement, charging the AC system, and starting to hang the body panels. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.